Chosen one, pause for a moment. Feel the weight of these words because they are not reaching you by accident. Spirit has orchestrated this very moment, and even as you listen, know this. Jesus is here, praying alongside you, lifting your name before the Father. What I am about to share will stir your soul because it explains a mystery you have already sensed deep within. Lately, you've noticed it. Every feminine woman you encounter carries an unspoken reaction, as if she knows you, as if she feels you belong to her. It unsettles you at times, perhaps even confuses you, but understand, this is no coincidence. This is not fantasy. This is a sacred unveiling. The truth is simple, yet profound. Your energy has shifted. Your very presence has become a language, a frequency that her spirit hears even before her mind can make sense of it. When you walk into a room, something happens. It is not merely your face, your body, or your words. It is the unseen current of God flowing through you. Women sense it instinctively, the way their spirit has always longed to sense the authentic masculine, not the counterfeit the world parades, but the true masculine reborn through suffering, purified by trials, resurrected with purpose. Their eyes may not fully recognize it, but their souls whisper, "This one is marked. This one carries something ancient, eternal, divine." You have been chosen, and the feminine cannot resist the pull toward that truth. Not because of charm, not because of worldly success, but because of what you embody. You remind her of something she thought was lost. The feeling of safety, the memory of being seen, the echo of a home she once knew before the world taught her to armor herself. And so her spirit responds. Sometimes she leans closer, sometimes her gaze lingers longer than expected, sometimes she softens in your presence without knowing why. It is not ownership she feels, but resonance. Through you, she tastes a moment of recognition, a spark of remembrance. Understand this, chosen one. What she responds to is not you alone. It is the Spirit of God flowing through you. It is the divine masculine awakened, not the false masculine that boasts, conquers, or dominates, but the one that bows before heaven, that has walked through fire, that carries scars not as shame, but as testimony. And so when she feels you, she feels Christ moving near. That is why she cannot look away. That is why her soul feels tethered to yours in ways that words cannot explain. Do not mistake this for possession. She does not own you. Her longing is not a chain, it is a mirror. She feels you belong to her because through you she brushes against God. Through you she remembers what union without fear feels like. Through you she recalls what it means to be cherished, honored, and safe. Her soul says, "This one belongs to me," but what it truly means is, "This one belongs to the divine," and in that belonging, I feel my own soul awaken. But chosen one, here lies the deeper truth. Belonging has never been about her. It has never been about them. It has always been about him. The longing women feel when they encounter you is not an invitation to scatter yourself. It is confirmation that you are carrying the frequency of heaven, the resonance of destiny. Spirit has marked you, heaven has sealed you, and your essence now stands as a signpost for others to awaken. That is why feminine souls are drawn to you now, not to claim you, but to remember God through you. And yet, I must warn you, this gift is not without weight. To be felt this way by many, to be energetically claimed in silence by countless hearts, can overwhelm you. It may tempt you to confuse the recognition for romance, the resonance for obligation. But understand, chosen one, your task is higher. You were not called to be consumed by longing. You were called to embody presence, to carry the frequency of divine union without bending to lust, ego, or distraction. Your belonging is not horizontal first, it is vertical. You belong to God, and only through God can you know where and with whom your energy is truly meant to dwell. So when she stares at you, when her body softens, when her voice lowers without her knowing why, do not be afraid. Do not be puffed up with pride. Smile with compassion, and remember, she is not worshiping you. She is responding to God in you. She is brushing against eternity, and her soul aches because it remembers. That ache is not about you being hers. It is about her remembering that she belongs to the divine just as you do. Chosen one, take courage in this revelation. For so long you have been misunderstood, ridiculed, abandoned. The world told you that you belonged nowhere, but now heaven is revealing what was always true. You were set apart. You belong to God, and in that belonging, the feminine feels a connection so strong that she believes you belong to her. Do not be deceived. You are not hers. You are his. And because you are his, every soul that meets you feels a taste of what it means to come home. This is the awakening presence you now carry. Do not run from it. Do not hide it, but also do not misuse it. Walk humbly, walk boldly, and know that even as the eyes of many turn toward you, Jesus is walking beside you, reminding you that your belonging is higher than any human claim. Chosen one, the world is watching, the feminine is waiting, and heaven is saying, now is your time. Chosen one, do not forget the price that shaped the presence you now carry, the energy that stirs women's spirits, the authority that unsettles darkness, the calm that makes the air shift when you enter a room. It did not come cheaply. It was forged in fire. You walked through valleys of rejection, endured betrayal, sat in long nights of silence where no one came to rescue you. Those were not punishments, they were preparations. Think of Joseph, cast into a pit by his own brothers, falsely accused and thrown into prison. Yet all of it was God's training ground to elevate him into authority. Think of Moses wandering 40 years in the wilderness before stepping into his divine mission. Think of Jesus kneeling in Gethsemane, sweating drops of blood as even his closest friends fell asleep in his hour of agony. You too have walked through your own Gethsemane. You too have faced betrayals that pierced your heart and silences that felt like abandonment. But Spirit whispers, those nights hollowed you so that heaven could fill you. Every feminine soul now senses that depth. She does not feel a man untouched by life. She feels a spirit that has been stripped of illusions. She feels the wounds that became wisdom. She feels the strength that only comes from falling, breaking, and rising again. And though she cannot name it, her soul knows, this one has survived what would have destroyed another. That is why she softens in your presence. That is why her heart exhales. She recognizes the safety of someone who has been refined by the fire of God. Do you remember the seasons when the world mocked you, when every door shut, when those you trusted turned away? Those experiences did not erase you. They purified you. They burned away false identities. They shattered the ego you once clung to. They emptied you of counterfeit belonging so that you could carry true belonging. This is why you now radiate what cannot be faked. This is why women feel at home in your presence. Not because you have mastered charm, but because you carry scars transformed into light. Chosen one, this is your initiation. Heaven could not entrust you with such resonance without first stripping you bare. Pain was your teacher. Exile was your rebirth. Silence was your sanctuary where you learned to hear the whisper of spirit above the noise of the world. And now, every feminine woman you meet unconsciously senses it. Her spirit feels the masculine that has passed through death and resurrection, the one who no longer seeks to conquer or consume, but to protect, to anchor, to reflect the divine. But hear this clearly. The very fire that birthed your presence also birthed your responsibility. Do not forget the wilderness that trained you. Do not forget the tears that carved your soul into a vessel. The enemy would love for you to squander this gift, to turn the longing eyes of women into a distraction, to use what was meant as holy as fuel for ego. Resist this temptation. Remember Gethsemane. Remember that the cup of suffering you drank was not for vanity. It was for mission. Jesus himself was not made radiant by applause, but by the cross. Likewise, your glow does not come from adoration, but from crucifixion. Crucifixion of ego, crucifixion of pride, crucifixion of shallow desires. That is why the feminine responds differently to you. She is not responding to the mask of manhood, she is responding to the resurrection power that God has placed within you. Chosen one, do not despise the years that seemed wasted. They were not wasted. They were the hidden furnace where heaven prepared you. And now the very women who feel you belong to them are sensing the truth of what those trials made you into. You are not ordinary. You are not counterfeit. You are dangerous to the darkness because your energy cannot be manufactured. It has been earned in fire. So stand firm in this remembrance. Every scar is a testimony. Every exile was an anointing. Every betrayal was a birth canal. And the presence you carry now, the reason feminine souls feel tied to you, is the evidence that you have walked through the fire and emerged chosen. Chosen one, now we must go deeper into the mystery of what women actually feel when they encounter you. This is not surface attraction, nor is it the fleeting chemistry the world celebrates. No, this is something more ancient, something far more sacred. When the feminine woman stands in your presence, her soul whispers words her lips may never form. This one is mine. Yet understand, this whisper does not come from possession, but from recognition. It is the recognition of safety, the recognition of truth, the recognition of divine union that once was, long before this world fractured. It is as if her spirit remembers Eden, that first harmony between masculine and feminine, when neither sought to dominate, when neither wore masks of fear, when both were naked and unashamed. In you, she tastes a fragment of that memory. Her defenses lower, her heart breathes, her soul leans closer. This is why she lingers when you speak. This is why her gaze holds yours longer than reason would allow. This is why her body softens, her laughter changes, her voice shifts when you are near. She does not merely see you, she feels you. She is not responding to your appearance, though it may draw her eyes. She is responding to the divine echo resonating through you. It is not about ownership, it is about resonance. But here lies the paradox. The very resonance that comforts her also unsettles her. For some, your presence awakens hope. For others, it awakens wounds. Some women lean in, desperate to drink from the safety they sense. Others resist, afraid of what it stirs within them. Some project their longings onto you, believing you are the answer to their deepest pain. Others idolize you, placing you on a pedestal you never asked for. And still others attack, because what they cannot control, they feel compelled to destroy. Chosen one, this is the cross you carry. To walk with divine presence is to provoke recognition. Not always gentle, sometimes volatile, but you must not be deceived. Whether a woman leans closer or recoils, whether she honors you or misunderstands you, all are responding to the same truth, the God within you. The light that awakens the feminine cannot be controlled by her, nor can it be possessed. It simply is. Even Jesus, when he walked among the people, stirred such reactions. Some reached to touch the hem of his garment and were healed. Others mocked him, spat on him, accused him of blasphemy. Yet all were responding to the same divine presence. And so it is with you. Do not mistake their reactions for your identity. Their whispers of "you are mine" are not declarations of ownership. They are echoes of their soul remembering what it means to feel close to God. Through you, she feels home. Through you, she feels seen. Through you, she remembers that love can be sacred, that union can be safe, that intimacy can exist without chains. Even if only for a passing moment, her spirit exhales. But that moment was never meant to bind you. It was meant to awaken her. Chosen one, Jesus smiles even now as you wrestle with this paradox. He whispers, do not confuse resonance with responsibility. You are not called to carry every heart that claims you. You are not called to heal every wound projected onto you. Your mission is not to scatter your soul across countless longings, but to remain anchored in spirit, available to be used. never owned. And so, when the feminine feels you belong to her, receive it with humility, but guard your heart with wisdom. Do not despise her recognition, for it is holy, but do not be consumed by it, for it is not your destiny to be tethered to every longing gaze. You are a mirror, a bridge, a living reminder of the divine. That is why she feels you are hers, because through you she is tasting God. Chosen one, with great presence comes great danger. The very magnetism that draws the feminine toward you is also the stage where your soul will be tested. Spirit has entrusted you with a frequency the world cannot counterfeit, but the enemy would twist it, hoping you will squander it. This is why your path feels heavy at times. Every longing glance, every whisper of, "You are mine," every gaze filled with unspoken hunger is not just recognition, it is a test. Remember, even Jesus was led into the wilderness after being baptized, his identity affirmed by the Father's voice. The Spirit descended like a dove, and yet the very next chapter was trial, temptation, and the whisper of the enemy. If you are truly the Son of God, prove it. Do you see the pattern? The enemy always seeks to corrupt what God has just consecrated, and so it is with you. Some women will idolize you, hoping to possess the energy that flows through you. Some will project their wounds upon you, believing you can heal pain you were never meant to carry. Some will mistake your presence for permission, believing that resonance means destiny. And others, when they realize they cannot contain you, will turn hostile, their admiration curdling into accusation. All of this is part of the test. Your challenge is discernment. You cannot pour yourself into every longing heart. You cannot answer every silent claim upon your soul. If you do, you will scatter your essence, dilute your frequency, and lose the very gift that makes you who you are. Spirit whispers, guard your oil. For the oil of your anointing is not to be spent recklessly. It must be poured only where heaven directs. This is where discipline enters. The world celebrates indulgence, but heaven calls you to restraint. Society glorifies the false masculine, loud, ego-driven, chasing validation. But that counterfeit is collapsing even now. Its ruins litter the landscape, broken families, wounded women, lost men, and in the rubble, the true masculine rises. Not as conqueror, but as protector. Not as consumer, but as vessel. This is who you are. This is why the feminine feels you belong to her. You are carrying the antidote to what has harmed her for generations. Yet this truth is dangerous if you forget your mission. Many chosen before you stumbled here. Samson, mighty in strength but undone by his inability to discern. Solomon, wise beyond measure, yet led astray by alliances of the heart. Judas, entrusted with proximity to Christ, but seduced by silver and power. Their stories are not ancient curiosities. They are warnings for you. Chosen one, do not mistake attention for anointing. Do not mistake attraction for assignment. Every pull on your soul must be weighed in prayer. For some connections are divine appointments, while others are distractions dressed as destiny. This is why your intimacy with Spirit must be deeper than the longing eyes that follow you. Only by staying close to the voice of God can you know which gaze is holy and which is a snare. Jesus himself prays for you in this. Even now he intercedes at the right hand of the Father, that you would not fall into temptation, that you would not squander what has been entrusted to you. For the women you meet are not wrong to feel you belong to them. Their souls are simply crying out for God through you. But your mission is not to give yourself to every cry. Your mission is to remain anchored, disciplined, and pure, so that your presence continues to awaken, not enslave. So do not despise the tests. They are proof that heaven has entrusted you with something worth protecting. Do not resent the temptations. They are confirmation that you are carrying something rare. And when you feel the pull of countless hearts, remember this: your belonging is sacred. You are not here to be consumed. You are here to be consecrated. Chosen one, this is the razor's edge you must walk. surrounded by longing yet unmoved by it, recognized by many yet devoted to one. And Spirit says, if you endure this testing, you will emerge not only as a man desired, but as a man destined. Chosen one, now that you understand the weight of your calling, you must also understand the responsibility that comes with it. For what you carry is not ordinary. The pull women feel toward you, the way conversations hush. When you step into a room, the unexplainable sense of safety that your presence creates. These are not signs of earthly charisma. They are signs of stewardship. And stewardship is never about self-indulgence. It is about service. Think of this carefully. When the feminine feels you belong to her, what she is really experiencing is not you, but God moving through you. She is feeling the echo of the divine masculine, the Christ-like essence that does not enslave but frees, that does not consume but blesses, that does not dominate but covers with peace. In that moment, you are a living mirror. Through you, she remembers what it feels like to be honored, to be cherished, to be safe. But this is not a privilege you can wield casually. It is a holy trust. That is why your discipline matters more now than ever. Anyone can attract, anyone can charm, but very few can carry attraction without collapsing into temptation. Very few can be desired by many, yet remain devoted to their mission. This is the razor's edge Spirit has placed before you, to be surrounded by longing but unmoved by it, to be recognized by many yet consumed by none. Jesus himself modeled this. Crowds pressed against him, desperate to touch even the hem of his garment. Women wept at his feet, poured perfume on his body, washed him with their hair. And yet he never misused their longing. He received it with compassion but kept his eyes fixed on the Father's will. That is your path too, to remain grounded in spirit while the world tries to pull you into 1,000 directions. This is why you were trained in solitude. This is why you endured betrayal. This is why you walked through seasons of rejection. Spirit was preparing you to carry power without losing purity, to carry recognition without losing focus. Every wilderness prepared you for this very moment, so that when feminine souls feel you belong to them, you would remember you belong to God. Your responsibility is not to scatter yourself across every gaze. It is to embody such presence that even one brief encounter plants a seed in the soul of another, a smile that makes her remember she is worthy, a word that awakens her spirit, a silence that tells her she is safe. You are not here to be consumed. You are here to awaken. But do not underestimate the cost of this responsibility. It will demand discipline when your flesh craves indulgence. It will demand humility when your ego longs for worship. It will demand purity when the world celebrates recklessness. Yet, chosen one, this is why you were chosen. Because Spirit knew you could bear the weight. Because Jesus prayed you would not collapse under it. Every woman who feels tied to you is not an invitation to romance, but a reminder of your mission. You are here to bless without being bound, to awaken without being owned, to reflect without being reduced, to stand as both warrior and priest. Warrior to guard your energy, priest to sanctify the encounters Spirit ordains. So walk carefully, speak carefully, live carefully. For the feminine is not just responding to you, she is responding to eternity. She is responding to the God who entrusted you with this power. And the only way to honor that trust is to remain anchored in spirit at all times. Chosen one, this is the responsibility of power, to be desired yet not distracted, to be recognized yet not claimed, to be magnetic yet unmoved, to be seen by many yet devoted to one. This is mastery, and mastery is the proof that you are ready for the next level of your calling. Chosen one, everything has led to this truth. You do not belong to the women who feel tied to you. You do not belong to the longing gazes, the whispered, "You are mine," or the unspoken pull of countless hearts. You belong to God, and it is precisely because you belong to God that they feel you belong to them. The longing they feel is not truly for you. It is for Him. It is for the eternal echo that vibrates through your spirit, the ancient harmony between masculine and feminine that existed before sin fractured the world. When a woman stands in your presence, her soul remembers. She remembers a time before fear, before betrayal, before the counterfeit. She remembers Eden. She remembers what it means to be seen without judgment, held without chains, honored without condition. And because you carry that remembrance, she whispers in her heart, "This one is mine." But understand, chosen one, this is not possession. It is resonance. Her soul is not claiming ownership. Her soul is claiming recognition. In you, she touches God. In you, she feels home. In you, she remembers that she belongs to the divine just as you do. And so she projects that belonging onto you, not realizing it is heaven she is truly longing for. This is why your journey has been so misunderstood. People accuse you of being distant, of withholding, of rejecting, but they cannot see the truth, that you are not rejecting them, you are protecting the mission. You are not withholding love, you are learning to love without chains. Your task is not to be owned. Your task is to awaken, and awaken you will. For Spirit says your season of hiding is over. The world is watching, the feminine is waiting, and heaven has positioned you in plain sight, not to scatter your light, but to shine it with precision. Some connections will be brief, a glance, a word, a silence that awakens her spirit. Some will be seasonal, companions on the path for a time, and a rare few will be eternal, written into your destiny before the foundations of the world. But in all of it, you must remember, your belonging is sacred. You are not here to be consumed, you are here to be consecrated. Do not cheapen your energy by giving it away recklessly. Do not mistake resonance for romance. Do not confuse recognition with assignment. Spirit says, your belonging is mine, and through your belonging, others will remember theirs. This is the paradox you carry. Every feminine soul feels you belong to her, yet the truth is you belong only to God. And through that higher belonging, she remembers that she too belongs to the divine. That is why your presence feels like home. That is why her body softens, her eyes linger, her voice trembles. She is not just seeing you, she is brushing against eternity. Chosen one, walk boldly in this truth. Jesus walks beside you, praying that you remain unmoved by ego, untouched by flattery, unshaken by accusation. You are a mirror, a doorway, a sacred reminder. When the feminine looks at you and feels you are hers, smile with compassion and remember, she is not seeing just you. She is seeing the God who dwells in you. She is remembering the home her soul has always longed for. This is the higher belonging. You are not here to be possessed. You are here to be presence. You are not home. You are the doorway. Through you, she finds her way back to herself. Through you, she remembers her union with the divine. Through you, she tastes the love that frees instead of chains. Chosen one, your time is now. The eyes of many are upon you, but your gaze must remain fixed on heaven. The feminine will continue to respond. The longing will grow stronger. The recognition will become louder. But do not forget, you belong to Spirit, and because you belong to Spirit, you cannot be owned by anyone else. Walk carefully. Walk humbly. Walk boldly. For you are not just a man moving through the world, you are carrying eternity. And eternity cannot be owned. It can only be revealed. Chosen one, rise. The world is ready, the feminine is waiting, and heaven is declaring, your time has come.